Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. I never know, do I say it like Obi-Wan? Do I say it like me? Hi there. Hello there. Hello there. Check up. Hello there. Listen to my story. Hey there. It's Ratchet.
Hello there, yabba dabba doo.
Hello there. It's Johnny Test.
Hello there, Koto Ya, it's Plo Koon. Fear Magneto.
Oh, should we talk about Magneto? I got to tell you, it has been, so these couple that I'm recording here are just kind of getting back into the swing of recording some videos for you all and talking about stuff. The ABCs of JAT, I promise they're coming up. They're coming soon. I was going to script them all out. I think I'm just going to do them more like this and take a little time with each one because I think you all would like to hear me just do voices for a time. So, but let's talk about Magneto from Marvel Rivals. Pretty cool stuff, huh? I got to tell you, I've been doing all the Comic-Cons lately and people are bringing the pops of him. Oh, you know what? I have one. Let me see. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Look at this. Okay, wait a second. All right, this is cool. Look at that. Okay, I got to step on my spot. Wait, this way. There he is. Whoops, I don't want the reflection. There he is, Magneto.
Yes, Fear Magneto.
People say that when they hear that, they get scared because they know stuff's coming, that Magneto is coming. But he's got his own pop now. So if you see me at a con, bring your Magneto pop and I'll sign Fear Magneto. I sign it in like chrome and red. And I do like the different things. It's very cool. So those are fun, but it's always fun when I have a new pop. I think I have like, there's probably, I think 12 or 15 different characters I've played that have pops. That's pretty cool. Most people though just bring their Obi-Wans. Every once in a while they bring their Plo Koon. I've signed some Fred Flintstone pops. I've rarely signed like Yondu, but I was Yondu for Guardians of the Galaxy. You ever watch the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon? So Michael Rooker, of course, is Yondu in the movies, but I play Yondu in the cartoon, Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a lot of fun. And I also played Cosmo. Cosmo is the telepathic Russian cosmonaut dog. He's good, yes. He talks like this. Cosmo thinks that Star-Lord is good, yeah? And I loved doing those. That show, we did a couple of seasons of that show, and it was a lot of fun. But they had pops. We had pops from them, so that's pretty cool. So I got a Yondu and a Cosmo pop. They're both in there, too. But I love all the little Funko Pops. They're kind of fun. Anyways, what's going on? Well, like I say, Magneto is very good. There's a lot of different characters. I think what I'll start doing here is when I do the ABCs of JAT, I'll break down the characters, and that'll be, because I know a lot of you probably want me to talk about like Star Wars and stuff. And I guess there was, hey, so I heard this too. I was at the Comic-Cons recently, and somebody said that Obi-Wan was in the latest Star Wars. Is it Star Wars Underworld or Tales of the Underworld or something where it's Ventress's story and Cad Bane's story, which I thought, by the way, I thought it was really cool. I found out my friend AJ Locasio. You would know AJ from, well, many things, but most notably his first real big job, which was fantastic. He was Michael J. Fox's voice double for Marty McFly in the Back to the Future game where I played young Doc Brown. And the funny thing is originally they were thinking, oh, well, we'll cast James Arnold Taylor because he's done a lot of, Michael J. Fox stuff in the past and all that. And AJ came out of the blue and he sent this audition that was just awesome. The bruise on your head. I know how you got it. You were hanging your clock and you fell. And that's when you came up with the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. He did that whole scene, I think, and just blew them away. And he blew me away. And the funny thing about AJ, I love him. He's a humble young man. He's an incredibly talented young voice actor. And he was so nervous because he thought I was going to be mad at him for taking my work. And I was like, I got to play young Doc Brown. That was a dream. And in that, when I played in the Back to the Future video game, I don't know if y'all ever saw that, Telltale, it was a great game. And so Christopher Lloyd played, old Doc, right? And I played young Doc. And I did some of Chris's Walla and stuff. Some of the lines in there, you listen closely, you might hear me. Great Scott, Marty, and he was right in there. And so I took Dr. Emmett Brown, this is temporal experiment number 1. And I took him and I brought him a little younger. And then I threw a little of the Michael J. Fox in there to kind of make it this young Emmett Brown. I thought it would be kind of fun if he had a little Marty McFly in him, right? And so it was fun. But AJ did a fantastic job as Marty McFly. His Michael J. Fox is amazing. And so why was I talking about that? I don't know. But he was at a Comic-Con with me. And we were talking about different characters and different things. But there was something I originally going to say to y'all about all that, but I don't know what it was. Anyways, I'll watch back when I see it and I'll go, oh, that's what it was. I should have finished the video. Anyways, I'm just telling you stories here and having a good time and switching from camera 2 to camera 1, camera 2 to camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. Okay, sorry. So AJ, yeah, I got to hang out with AJ actually at some shows, and Lex Lang, my buddy Lex Lang, was fun. I've seen a lot of my friends at the Comic-Cons. I've made some new friends, which is very cool. And we're just having a good time. So are you taking time? It's summertime. Summertime is approaching fast. Are you taking time to enjoy yourself a little? Because I'll tell you, I've been on a rip-roaring roller coaster, as I mentioned in the last video lately, traveling all over the place. But it's always good to take a little rest, take a little break, to take a little time out and rest and relax and deep breathe. I'm going to be doing a video for Nerd HQ, I think, soon, and I'm going to do it on breathing. So be watching for that. That's probably going to come out in the next week or so here, too, because I think they're doing a whole month of different things. They call it a mantra. I don't say mantra. As a Christian, I don't use the word mantra because it's just not it's a Christian word. It's associated more with like Buddhists and such. And so and it means more stuff that as a Christian, I wouldn't use that. So I'm going to actually ask them if I can change it up and say it's my mental health meditation or something like that. But I'm going to do one of those for Nerd HQ coming up soon. We've got Dallas Fan Expo coming up very soon where I'll be there for Rippaverse and such, and I'll be seeing all those people. I know I'm repeating stuff that I said from the last one, but I'm also trying to get my thoughts back of why I brought that all up before, but I can't remember anyways. But a lot of cool characters, a lot of cool things coming up in my career here that I can't wait to talk to you all about. You know, as a voice actor, most of your days are spent under NDAs, under the cover of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. And so you can't really talk about a lot of the things. And so this channel is my place to kind of, talk about stuff with all of you. But at the same time, I know that there's something that I have to wait on. And so sometimes what I do is I record them now while they're still fresh in my head. And then with the thought of that, a year or two from now when it's all released, I'll put that video out. But what happens is I forget. So I usually find them like 5 years later. I think I put one out about like Final Fantasy. I was recording a Final Fantasy game years ago. And then I was like, well, I can't let anybody know about that. So I think it was like 3 or 4 years before I released it. Anyways, there you go. So maybe I'll record some of them and talk about some of the projects that I'm working on now and release them later once they're known. But there are some cool ones that I'm working on. Oh, I was talking about, that's what it was. I was talking about Star Wars. I knew if I went and blathered on long enough, Star Wars Underworld. So AJ plays young Cad Bane in that. How cool is that? I'm so glad I remembered. He plays young Cad Bane. Of course, Corey Burton voices Cad Bane, normally in the Clone Wars and such. But somebody told me at the last show when we were talking about it that Obi-Wan Kenobi was actually in this Star Wars Tales of the Underworld, but he didn't speak. Come on, man. Let Obi-Wan talk. So I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to see it and then see it and see what I would have said if Obi-Wan was allowed to speak in that one. But they probably were like, look, we're not going to bring James in to say one line, but I was glad to see that Obi-Wan was in it because I don't know if you're like me, I think that with all the Star Wars stuff coming out right now, wouldn't it be great to do some like mini Clone Wars adventures with Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka? I think it'd be fantastic. But I think they're concentrating a little bit more on live action Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka with all the new season of Ahsoka and stuff. But us animated versions, we'd like to talk too. Okay. That's when people ask me, oh, do you miss being Obi-Wan? I go, well, I never stop being Obi-Wan. If they need Obi-Wan for things, I'll still do lines here and there. And so it's not like it's gone. It's not like I've been retired from Obi-Wan just because Ewan and Hayden and Rosario are taking part in all of it now. We all are still used in things, and there's little things that pop up here and there. But I still, when I talk to the fans at the Comic-Cons, we all talk about all the Clone Wars adventures and how many there could be. So I still, I'll have a little mini Clone Wars conversation with y'all right now. Yes, I do kind of hope that at some point we would come back and do some of those adventures. I think it's really cool to see those characters, in the animated world. I'd love to see that. So hopefully they'll do that at some point. That's not me making any announcements. That's me, just like all of you. I'm a fan like anybody else. And I hope that they do some of those again soon, because it'd just be fun to get in the studio, be with Matt and Ashley again doing that stuff. But we have a blast doing the Comic-Cons, and it's so cool to see all of you. So, the other thing is if you have a Comic-Con near you that we've never been to, let them know you want, the trio, as we call ourselves, and contact Celebworks and let them know that, because Obi-Wan and Anakin and Ahsoka would love to join you all there. So I think I've gone on long enough. I've talked about Magneto and all the others. I hope you're all playing Marvel Rivals. Great game.
Fear Magneto. What is there is no realm in which Magneto yields.
I like that one too. Some good lines from Magneto. But anyways, I love being Magneto and all these characters. And I thank you so much for spending a little time with me. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe if you would. I would really love that. And I would also love it if you would go to my IMDb on a regular basis. Check that out. Look at all my credits on there, but it also helps my star meter there, which is great. And go to my Instagram, and please go to my X if you want. I've been still trying Instagram. If you're watching, please. I have submitted so many times to Instagram to get one of those little blue check marks, because as a public figure, you're supposed to be able to get one without having to pay $15 a month. But I think they're just holding out that I'm just going to throw that $15 a month to them. Well, maybe, who knows? But I would love to get that blue check mark. So anybody out there that works for Instagram and knows how to get me one of them blue check marks, let me know. All right. I'll give you a hello there. All right. Anyways, I hope you all have a blessed week. Praying for you all. Please subscribe to the channel. Be watching more to come here at the JAT channel, and more podcasts and more fun stuff. All right. May the force be with you. God bless you. I'm praying for each and every one of you. And I thank you for your time. Goodbye there. Goodbye there. Goodbye there. Ooh, you can watch when I go down here. Oh, I got to go down really low. Goodbye.